Day number 2 of joint practices between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Chargers are complete. It is the Saints training camp show here on Your View. I'm Todd Graffagnini. This is John DeShazier, pinch hitting for Aaron Summers, who is on assignment. Well, the Saints preseason game against the Chargers scheduled for 4 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday, but right now that status is up in the air due to Hurricane Hillary coming up the West Coast. Here's Dennis Allen.
Well, look, I mean, obviously with the weather, the most important thing is that everybody stays safe. You know, so whatever it takes for everybody to stay safe, that's what we got to do.
Unfortunately, JD, Marshawn Lattimore left practice after the third rep of 7-on-7 drilled with an apparent knee issue. Didn't look too serious, but still not what you wanted to see.
Yeah, that's about the last thing you want to see is the guy who's been the best defensive player in this training camp for the Saints to go down. Dennis Allen said it was probably a small tweak. He planted, he felt something a little off, and they held him out the rest of the practice. So precautionary reasons. Hopefully it's nothing serious with Marshawn Lattimore. You don't need him for the preseason games, obviously. You just want him healthy for the regular season.
Well, as far as the practice itself went today, JD, you were able to take a look at the offensive side of the ball for the Saints. What were your observations?
I'd say it was probably about a 50-50 split offense to Chargers defense, except for these two plays. Derek Carr threw a beautiful touchdown pass to Juwan Johnson, maybe 35 yards, dropped it in the bucket. Juwan Johnson snaps his head around, gets his hands around, threw it before he was open, and he threw him open essentially. The ball just falls in his hands for a touchdown. And then a beautiful 20-yard touchdown pass to Alvin Kamara left the Los Angeles Chargers defenders really frustrated, talking to themselves because Alvin Kamara is 5 yards clear of 2 defenders, and they're looking at each other like, what was I supposed to be doing? And they had no idea. Alvin's in the end zone. So those 2 passes really stood out. Chris Olave had a bit of a scare. He went up for a pass, high catch, high pointed it, came down on his back, set out 1 rep, but then he got back in the drill. So that was good to see with Chris Olave because he's been a guy who arguably has been the offensive MVP of training camp. So it's good to see those guys. And I did get a chance to watch some of the one-on-ones with the offensive linemen. I thought Storm Norton held up really well at right tackle. I thought he did a very good job at right tackle. And you could see a little bit of the work that needs to be done from Penning, for Trevor Penning. So, you know, kind of mixed bag there. I didn't get a chance to see all of it, but I did see those 2 guys get some work in. I think Storm Norton had the best showing.
Well, JD, you mentioned Juwan Johnson and that touchdown catch. This is someone who has really stood out, especially in the last couple of weeks of training camp.
Yeah, I think just a guy that's really focused in on trying to be the best that he can. I mean, he works extremely hard, and when you have talent, you work hard, you get better, and that's what he's done. I like his mindset and where he's at.
Well, Graf, I had a chance to watch the offense today, and we flipped roles. You watched the defense. What did you see? I
thought it was a solid day for the Saints defensively in really all drills, especially in 7-on-7. We saw red zone. We saw 11-on-11, and what really stood out to me, JD, is the fact that Justin Herbert, who is a very good quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers, remember this was a playoff team a year ago, he did not have many opportunities to throw the ball down the field. I thought the Saints' coverage was outstanding. We're able to get a little pressure on him. Cam Jordan got in the backfield. Peyton Turner got in the backfield. But basically their offense was a bunch of inside handoffs and dinks and dunks. I mean, a lot of checkdowns. So I thought the secondary played exceptionally well. Paulson Adebo had multiple pass breakups. Alontae Taylor, very tight press coverage. Ugo Amadi, the safety, number 0, he had an interception during 7-on-7 work. He picked off Justin Herbert, and Marcus May had a PBU and an interception in the last red zone hurry-up drill. So defensively, the Saints did not allow any points to the Chargers in the last couple of series. So good stuff right there. Here's Dennis Allen on the days that Paulson Adebo and Alontae Taylor had.
I think he played well. I think Alontae did some nice things today. I thought we competed for the ball down the field. You know, I don't know that we played the run as well as I would have liked to in this practice, but we'll go look at the tape and see what we have to be better at. But you know, I thought in the passing game, I thought we did some good stuff.
I guess now, JD, we're in a wait-and-see mode as we're looking to see what Hurricane Hillary's going to do and what the NFL's call is going to be as far as the game on Sunday.
Well, this is all about safety, and if anyone knows anything about hurricanes and safety, it's us folks who came here from New Orleans. We understand more than most how you need to be safe, how you have to take every precaution to make sure that there is no, possible, hopefully, loss of life or, anything else. I mean, so it's a scary situation. I know they're not accustomed to that kind of living out here on the West Coast. You're not expecting hurricanes out here. There's that possibility, and so I think the league is going to be as cautious as it possibly can as it seeks to maintain, hopefully the game, but if not, make sure that everyone remains safe.
All right, well, if there is a game, we'll be here for the preview show on Saturday. If not, we'll see you next week back in New Orleans. That's John DeShazier. I'm Todd Graffagnini. Thank you so much for joining us on the Saints Training Camp Report right here on Your View.